Welcome, everybody. I would like to thank you all for being here today to have a very candid discussion about what it's like to be young and African American in America. So, I guess to begin, I'll start by asking, do you guys prefer to be called Black or to be called African American?
Black.
Well, I love being called black. It's like when people say, "What are you?" I say, "I'm a black man." When I see other brothers in the street now, I'll be like, "Hey, what's up, black man?"
What's up,
and they
brother?
let them know that it's real. But I also like do African American because I want the world to know that I am an American and that I ride for America. So I mean, call me both, but yeah, I go by either one. But yeah, if I had to pick one, then I would pick black man.
So, we're in the Bay Area. It's a very inclusive area for the most part. It's very diverse. We have lots of different cultures. But for somebody who's not from such a diverse area, what would you want to tell them about being Black in America? And especially a Black male in America?
The overall fear of the culture is something that you have to break. It's not just, oh, here comes a black man, so like how women, I'm gonna clutch my purse tighter,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna cross the street, or something like that.
It's simply the golden rule. Do unto others as you like to have done unto yourself. So I think if we all, and the world, society is just going to that person to person, a human connection, and it's like, okay, how would I like to be treated in this situation? I don't think many people can understand the Black experience.
Like if I was a white male, if somebody did set me off, I am allowed as a white male to speak up and say what I want at any tone I'd like. Versus being African American, if I was to speak up or yell back at that person, I could be put in a situation which could lead me to some form of trouble or physical harm from a police officer.
We have to filter out a lot before we present ourselves to the world. From speaking on the phone, changing our voice, to when we're in an interview, all propped up, words we don't normally use or anything, so it's like a lot of filtering processes we go through so we could get down to, okay, where people will accept us, or we have to feel that they will accept us.
You want to be yourself. You want to be, who you are, who your parents raised you and everything like that. But at the same time, you have to give off this energy that is positive. Because in some other people, for some strange reason, some people see Black people as negative energy. And you have to give off positive energy at all times because anything can happen. I mean, if you're in a negative situation, like he was saying earlier, if that was a Black man, who knows how that situation could have ended, yelling at a white woman or something like that. So you have to be aware, you have to be smart, and you have to just stay positive.
So, growing up, how are these things taught to you guys? Because for me, growing up, I was taught, obviously, as a woman, watch out for my surroundings, watch out for men. But I was never told to just watch out for everybody. It was very specific. It was very much take a friend with you to the bathroom. And as adults, that's not always as easy. So growing up for you, how are those conversations had? What did you hear to be an adult now and know all of these things? Or is it something that you just picked up through living?
So growing up, it was my father always preached just, keep your head down, keep your head up too, because you just need to be aware of everything that's going on around you.
Sixth grade, I was in school, and I was in a law program. It was like a prestigious program, and then they took me out. Never forget, the vice principal came in, took me out, and said, "Look, we're going to transfer you to the Olympic program." Basically, they put all the Black children in that program where we had gym 5 days a week, and they call it the Olympic Development Program. And my dad took me out of the school. He never explained to me the racism behind that and the prejudices behind that. But as I grew older, I started to put two and two together where I did experience that, prejudices and racism. And he never specifically said, this is what it is. I think he just saw that I was just picking it up on my own. And it's this constant worry of safety, protection, what we need to do to help ourselves and better the community. And then that gets frustrating. It gets tiring, it's exhausting. It's just like, when is it gonna stop? When is it gonna change?
So, what is something that has been said to you or a blatant act of racism that has really hurt you deeply?
I was in the 7th grade, and a lot of the times kids used to make fun of me because of my skin tone. This one young man, he said I was dark and I looked like a monkey. So on my birthday, I was very, just your birthday, you're in the 7th grade.
Right.
We were coming out to the basketball courts, and he looked at me. He's like, "You look too happy today." He just picked me up and threw me in the trash can in front of everybody.
I mean, there's a lot of examples I could pull from in my life, but I guess I would probably want to stay with what I see is happening when I look at social media. So I was early morning, I went to the gym, and I decided to go get some breakfast and bring it back to my house. I was living in a pretty nice neighborhood, didn't think twice about it. And a police officer followed me to my house, parked behind my car, and watched me walk to my front door.
This is recent.
This was probably about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And at first, I wasn't going to say anything. But then I said, you know what? Like, what is this guy doing? So I turned back around, went to his car, and then he drove away slowly. What it came down to is that he felt like he thought that I didn't deserve to be there because I was Black or African American. And I think what we're seeing a lot of today that is going viral are the examples of people thinking that, well, they can't be here. They don't have the money to be here. Like, this is like property.
Well, to that point, what do you guys all think it's going to take to get those things to stop and to make a change? Like, what would you want to see if, let's say, 20 years from now, you all have sons that are standing in the positions that you're standing in? What would you want to see in society change to make the world a better place for them?
For people to have open minds and open hearts. And that's universal, Black, white, Asian, whatever. If you don't have an open mind, open heart, you cannot thrive in a society where free speech reigns, practice of any religion reigns. You just won't. It clashes with each other.
People just need to have an open heart. People need to understand that we're all people. Going back to, I think it was a year ago, I was on BART, and I was attacked by a white man. I don't know if I think he was on drugs. So me and him got into an altercation, very violent. Physical, okay. Yeah. When the cops came, the first person they arrested was me. They put me in handcuffs and everything, putting me against the wall. He was over there just sitting. They just talking to him. It was a white woman that came over and said, "I saw everything. This young man was attacked by that white man. Let him go. He doesn't deserve to be handcuffed." And right there, I was just like, we need more of that. We need more of people seeing the right in everything. More people seeing less color and more, you're pink inside.
Right.
It's like, we're all people. We all got hearts.
Right.
We all have brains. We all share the same things inside. Maybe not the same color, but we're all the same inside. So just remember that when it comes down to situations like that, because honestly, if it wasn't for her, who knows?
Right. I wanted to thank you all for being here with me today and talking so openly and candidly. I hope that we can share your messages with lots of people who just maybe don't understand. So thank you all for being here.